What truly constitutes development? Is it just about GDP growth, towering skyscrapers, or bustling economies? Or is there something far more fundamental, something deeply human that we often overlook? Today, we're diving into a book that profoundly reshaped how we think about human progress, Amartya Sen's monumental Development as Freedom. Published in 1999, this isn't just an economics text, it's a philosophical treatise, a moral argument, and a powerful call to action. Amartya Sen, a Nobel laureate in economics, is renowned for his work on welfare economics, social choice theory, and poverty. And in Development as Freedom, he distills decades of his thinking into a cohesive, compelling vision. So, what's Sen's core argument? He fundamentally shifts our perspective from viewing development purely as economic growth to seeing it as the expansion of human freedoms. This is the bedrock of his famous capability approach. Sen argues that development should be assessed by the actual freedoms that people enjoy to lead the lives they have reason to value. It's not just about what resources people have, but what they are actually able to do and to be. For example, having access to a school isn't enough. The capability is the freedom to get an education. He identifies various instrumental freedoms: political freedoms, economic facilities, social opportunities, transparency guarantees, and protective security. These aren't just good things in themselves, they are also crucial for people to achieve other freedoms. Sen eloquently argues against the narrow focus on GDP per capita as the sole measure of development. He points out that a country could have a high GDP but still have a large portion of its population lacking basic freedoms, whether that's the freedom to speak freely, to access healthcare, or to participate in political life. He emphasizes that poverty isn't just about low income, it's about the deprivation of capabilities. A person might have some income, but if they are denied healthcare, education, or political voice, they are still living in a state of unfreedom and deprivation. Another crucial concept is agency. Sen highlights that individuals should be seen not just as passive recipients of aid or development programs, but as active agents in their own lives and in the development process itself. Their participation and voices are vital. Why does this shift in perspective matter so much? Because it changes how we approach policies and interventions. If you focus solely on GDP, you might build factories. But if you focus on freedom, you'll invest in education, healthcare, social safety nets, democratic institutions, and protecting human rights. Think about examples. A country might offer free primary education, but if girls are culturally prevented from attending, their capability to get an education is still denied. Or a region might have food available, but if people lack the economic means to purchase it, they are deprived of the freedom from hunger. Sen's framework provides a powerful ethical lens through which to evaluate development strategies. It forces us to ask, is this policy genuinely expanding people's real freedoms and opportunities? Of course, like any profound work, Development as Freedom isn't without its discussions and critiques. Some argue that the capability approach can be difficult to operationalize and measure in practice. How do you quantify freedom to participate in political life? Others suggest that while the concept is powerful, it might sometimes underplay the role of structural inequalities or the challenges of implementing such broad-based freedom-enhancing policies in resource-constrained environments. However, Sen himself acknowledges the complexities and doesn't offer a simplistic blueprint. His work is more about providing a framework for thought and action, rather than a rigid set of instructions. Reading Development as Freedom is a transformative experience. It reframes our understanding of poverty and inequality. It makes us realize that true development isn't just about economic metrics, it's about dignity, autonomy, and the ability of every individual to shape their own life. It's a book that encourages deep empathy and a commitment to justice. It reminds us that our interconnectedness means that the unfreedom of one person diminishes us all. It's a powerful argument for human rights and for democratic participation as integral to human progress. So, who should read Development as Freedom? If you're studying economics, international development, political science, or philosophy, it's absolutely essential reading. But beyond academia, if you're a policymaker, a development practitioner, or simply someone who cares about human well-being and a more just world, this book will profoundly enrich your perspective. It's not a light read, but it's incredibly rewarding. Sen's prose is clear, insightful, and often deeply humane. Development as Freedom deserves a place on every thoughtful reader's list. It will challenge your assumptions and equip you with a more nuanced, ethical framework for understanding global progress. In our interconnected world, Sen's vision of development as the expansion of human freedoms remains not just relevant but urgently necessary. Have you read Development as Freedom? What were your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please hit that like button, share it with someone who might find it valuable, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into impactful books and ideas. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.